Illuminati sont tous oh. It's official. Oh, how does that go? Is it like this or like that? Like this, I can see better. Yo, Get Big on Him has now been declared a branch of the Illuminati. Yes, you heard correct. If you trying to be down with the Get Big fam, it's all good. You could be down. All you gotta do is, sacrifice one of your nearest and dearest kin in the name of the Almighty Baphomet. Obviously, you gotta film it. We need proof. We need evidence that you did it. So film it. You can take a selfie. Selfie will suffice. And once you do that, just post it on my Facebook page, on my timeline. I know, don't worry about the feds and the NSA. You ain't gotta worry about that. We got that covered. We take care of that. We handles that. That's what we do. We're the Illuminati. We run things. Then after that, you have to, it's very important that you go ahead to DISLAutomatic.com and make a donation of $666, you feel me, for your membership. Because it's pretty exclusive, but we got to get that money, player. Yo, what's up, fam? That's the all-seeing eye.
Get knowledge, get big on.
What up, fam? DISL Automatic checking in with the very first episode of Big Talk. Today, I'm gonna be basically breaking down, giving a general overview of Get Big on Them, the movement, what it means, what it stands for, how it started, where it's going. I'm gonna talk about, of course, Get Big Fam, the music, everything essentially surrounding the movement. So let's get into it. The history of it. Get Big on Them, it really started in the gym. So, it was years back when I came here to Montenegro to live and started getting into the gym. Well, I had always been into the gym, working out and whatnot, but here I really started getting into it hard. And I think it's a pretty common expression that people often hear in the gym, come on, get big on them. You hitting those weights, you getting a little aggressive, that testosterone's pumping and whatnot. I started saying it, and obviously here people aren't really English speaking, but everybody knew me that I came from the States and whatnot. So what is that? I just had to start flexing on them. Boom, get big on them. And the iconic, that was also with the weights, because I'll be hitting the weights and it wasn't something I did intentionally. It just came naturally. I'm putting up, I'm hitting it hard, like, you feel me? It's what I do. So that's how that kind of started, just the expression. Back about 2010. So I had, I back in the States, I always did music. That's, my whole life I've been rapping. And, I'll get more into that in a later episode about my background actually when it comes to rapping and MCing and music. But regardless, I had been doing that, and then, things happen, and under certain circumstances, I came here and I took a break. I took about a 5-year break from even making music, you know what I'm saying? And then in 2010, I started getting back into it. My homie had a little studio, but then I eventually had copped a Roland Phantom X6, because first I started just making beats, because I always made beats even back in the Chi in Chicago, and I always had a musical mind, so I needed to express myself somehow, and I really didn't have the setup, the equipment anywhere that I could record and lay down raps. But I would make beats and come up with ideas for songs and whatnot. 2010 though, I was still, right around that time, I had started my process of awakening. And that process had begun with more of a spiritual side, learning about things like The Secret. Sis was here, and she and I kind of went on that journey together, and one of my best homies, Sneaks. What up, Sneaks? Boy, I see you. We were here and just zoning out to things, and then I got a program on my computer called Samplitude, and I had a microphone, so I ran the microphone through the Phantom, set it up like that, started just recording, Sis, myself, and the homie Sneaks. Like Sneaks, he was also from Chicago, him and his whole family came back here. We were all tied in, and you know, that's my homie, so I kind of put him on to rap too, just for fun, so I could have somebody to do it with. And sis got involved as well. She was more just singing at the time, but you know, nonetheless, it was dope. It was a positive vibe. It was one of the best times of my life. I'll never forget it. And we all, you know, we were all just involved in having fun and making music and started rapping and whatnot. But like I said, the awakening process had just begun. It was more of a spiritual thing and like manifesting one's own destiny and whatnot. But you know, I was still caught up in material things and in money, and you know, had a plan to like, okay, I'm gonna do this music thing. I see like, and I had evolved as an artist from the time I had last really recorded, which was, you know, 2005, and this was 2010 at this point. So it was like, yeah, fam, we about to get that paper, we about to get big on them. So that's initially what it was in the beginning. I can't lie with y'all. Originally, the concept behind Get Big on Them was blowing up, like, you know, on some rap stuff and making it big. The songs back then, I mean, even the Get Big on Them, the song now, you know what I mean? Get knowledge, get big on them, get knowledge. I originally recorded that track, and some people actually, they heard the original back in the day because I put it up on Reverb Nation originally. And actually, I was just talking to somebody, and they were like, yeah, I remember hearing, yeah, the voice, big up voice, what up, bruh? And he was like, yeah, I heard you was talking about like the honeys and all this stuff, like, because the original, it wasn't get knowledge, it was get money, get big.
Get money, get big on them.
Yo, I was bugging, felt like I didn't know better, so I couldn't do better. And I'm not ashamed of it, I don't regret it, I needed that. It was an integral part of my process, of my growing process, and we all need to remember that. And we need to have patience and understanding with people, because none of us, I repeat, none of us were born awake and aware. We all woke up at some point. Unless you were one of this chosen select few people who were born into a family with parents who are already awake and they instilled those values and that knowledge into you. Otherwise, fam, what you think this is? You didn't just come born into this world with knowledge of things. We were all, and we have to have understanding for that. That's why we fighting, to wake other people up. You know, once we start pointing fingers at people and saying, oh, you're a sheeple, oh, you're an idiot, oh, this and that. Come on, fam, would you like that when you were asleep, fast asleep, as I was? And you didn't know any better? If somebody just came at you like, what's wrong with you? You're an idiot. Why don't you just wake up? Nah, it doesn't work like that. Point is, hold on, I need to quench my thirst, because I stay hydrated. I stay hydrated, and y'all should too. Drink lots of water. It's good for you, for real. That's what they say, at least. I don't know. Maybe that's misinformation. Did you check your sources, Diesel? Who told you water was good for you? I'm playing though. Anyway, you know, it started off like that, and I needed that. And you know, it was Sis, of course, my homie Sneaks. There were a few guys around here, my man Krivi, big up Krivi. You know, a young lady that I was in relations with at the time, who was definitely an integral part and a special person to me. And she definitely inspired and motivated me as well. So there were a lot of people involved in that process, you know, and it's a beautiful thing now when I look back on it, even though, you know, I was talking about, yeah, getting money, and like, I wouldn't, you know, I wasn't in a position to talk about at this point, you know, hustling and things, but I would talk about what I used to do, because I used to live that life, you feel me? So I could talk about, hey, in the past tense, like, yeah, this is what I used to do, and like, you know, all of that type of stuff, which now, of course, like, I'll talk about it now, but like, when I first started rapping again in 2010, I was still glamorizing it, you know what I'm saying? I still wanted to seem cool, like, yeah, I hustled, I made dough, I was a boss type of dude, blah, blah, blah. Now, I use my life experience to show the flip side of it, you know, show the reality of it, because I know the reality of it firsthand. I know what comes of that, and it's really not anything good. Through the spiritual awakening, it took me down a rabbit hole, you know what I mean? And I started just on the internet, you know, yo, bless the internet, let's keep it real. There's a lot of crap out there on the internet, and you know, it's like anything, it's yin and yang, there's good and there's bad, but in my opinion, the good way outweighs the bad. Like right now, you're watching this, you would not be seeing this, right? See this handsome face, this stunning young man, relatively young. Don't come at me like that, all right? I'm 34, but I'm forever young. But, you know, real talk, you wouldn't be seeing me, you wouldn't know who DISL Automatic was if it wasn't for the internet, because I'm here in a little town, fam, in a little country, a small town. If there was no internet, maybe I'd be known locally, but not really even that, because there's not really a local scene, like an English rapping local scene here. So the internet, and we most of us woke up through the internet. That's how we came across our information. You feel me? So went down that rabbit hole and just started learning about things. And the first thing was me and my homie Lance. Big up Lance. Lance was here in this town. He's actually from Ohio, and he came here to play basketball professionally. And he was here, and you know, we met and we just clicked off jump, and he was a good dude, and we started vibing and watching documentaries and things. And he actually put me on to this one documentary, what was it called? Snap. I'll have it in the link. I'll know the name, and it'll be down in the info to check it out. It's like the last white hope. It's about the drug war. So, you know, and that was like, yo, that's when I was like, fam, are you serious right now? Because I didn't know. I was part of it. I was out there hustling, and you know what I'm saying? And I suffered the consequences of it. And I had no idea what it was about. And I had a lot of guilt for what I did and for what happened, and I felt responsible. And sure, a person is responsible for their actions, but nonetheless, when your actions are merely a byproduct of a system that you live in and the circumstances that you're surrounded by, you know, when there's not, then it's not justice. You feel me? So anyway, again, war on drugs, that'll be a whole nother episode. I'm not gonna get into all of that right now, nor am I gonna get into my own personal history, because I'll do that at a later date as well. This is right now just more focusing on the history of Get Big on them and how that evolved and came to be. Yo, but I found out about the war on drugs, and I was like, yo, it blew my mind. My whole world was flipped upside down. It was a brand new day, wide awake, you feel me? And then just, right there, I made the decision like, yo, I need to do something. I can't just sit here now, tuck my tail, and after what happened to me and after I've got this knowledge, and of course I started researching more. It didn't stop there. I was like, whoa, if they lied about this, if you 1% elitist scumbags, like, yo, so I was like, if they lied about this, if they tricked us with this, if this whole thing is a hoax, what else is? So boom, kept going down that rabbit hole. I didn't stop. I submerged myself in the information, like literally. I mean, for about a whole year, and obviously it never stopped, you know, learning and but for about a year deep, I mean, every day just researching, taking notes, reading, watching documentaries, reading articles online, everything that I could get, all the knowledge I could get. And then, you know, once I had decided, like, I can't chill. How can I live my life? How can I live my life with the knowledge of what the world truly is? How can I just now sit back and be cool with that and not do something about that and not try to make a difference? You feel me? So, and obviously I was like, yo, I know how to rap. You know, people told me I was a good rapper. You know what I mean? They said I had skill, you know, so I was like, wait a second. You know, to me, this is kind of an analogy I made. It was like, I just felt like, you know, before, I always knew my purpose in life was to rap, to be an MC. But before I had thought, you know, it was to be rich and famous and to live that kind of lifestyle. But then once I had this awakening, I realized like, nah, I had been in training. I was a warrior, fam, a warrior. And that microphone was my weapon. My voice was my weapon. You know what I'm saying? my tongue, my capabilities to spit, to put my thoughts and express them in a creative form that people will be receptive to. So I was like, yo, my whole life I've been training. I've been training myself mentally, spiritually, with my skill, all of that. Sharpening my sword, getting ready for battle. And now the battle was on and popping. And the only way I knew, not the only, the best way I knew how to fight was, as I said, with these bars, fam. So I was like, yo, forget all that. All what Get Big on them was until this point, getting big, blowing up, all of that, getting money. Nah, it flipped like that. And then it was like, oh, wait a second. Because I still, I had already, what you hear now, what we do, get big on them. I had already started that. And I thought it was very catchy. It would stick with people. So I was like, how can I take that and apply it? And really it was pretty just, logical. Like, all right, get big on them, grow and expand mentally and spiritually. And as a collective, come together, unite. You feel me? So it was interesting. It went from muscle to money to mental and spiritual. That in and of itself epitomizes what Get Big on them is about. And that's why it's so dope. Because the movement, the saying, the idea got big itself and evolved itself, as I did, as we did. And even in the beginning, even on some of my early songs that y'all know, I was initially saying, what I do. And sure, I may still on occasion say that, but it went from that more to now being, what we do. And that in and of itself is also an embodiment of Get Big on them. Because it's not just about I, the individual. It is, though. It starts within I, within the individual, within all of us. You, all of us. But then it comes together. You feel me? And to be able to see that and see people taken to it, and now people that I've never even met from all over the world, you know what I'm saying get big on them, get big fam, you know what we do, yo, it's mind blowing. You know what I mean? Like, to think this little seed that was in my mind years ago and that began as something that was totally different than what it is now, and to now become what it is and have such a positive impact on so many people and have so many people be able to relate to it is just truly an amazing thing. But now let's get into, or back to actually Get Big, the movement, where it's at now, currently. What it's about, what the goals are, obviously, like I said, Get Big on them. It's all about growing and expanding. So growing and expanding, if we're growing and expanding, that automatically implies that we're not perfect. You understand what I'm saying? We're not perfect. And that's what the movement is about. It's about progress, not perfection. No one's perfect. Except me, obviously, duh. I mean, look at me, come on now. Like, for real though, I'm saying, what's up? Nah, nobody's perfect. And that's what it's about. It's about progress, not perfection. The only requirement is that you desire to better yourself, to improve yourself, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. But emotionally, I feel like that's why I say mentally and spiritually, because I feel like the emotional aspect is embodied within the spiritual. Like, that to me is part of it. And of course, physically too. Like, obviously y'all know I'm all about that plant-based BIGness and taking care of myself, my body and whatnot, and being healthy. And that doesn't mean, get big on them like you gotta be swole like this dude right here, or even like me. It's not about that. You could be just average size, normal, it don't matter, as a man or a woman, whatever. But love yourself, take care of yourself, better yourself, improve yourself constantly. And that's the only requirement. We don't have to agree on everything. In fact, we shouldn't really agree on everything. That would be kind of silly, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, to me, then that would be like a cult. Like, something would be wrong if everybody, in the fam or just in the world in general, if we all agreed on everything. It's all inclusive, it don't matter. The only thing that we should all be in agreement on is that we need change in this world. And that change for the better. And that begins with each individual growing and expanding themselves individually. You know, we need revolution, and the revolution starts within us, within you, within all of us on an individual level. You feel me? Revolution of self. And that's what we should all be in agreement on. And when it starts within itself, it spreads to others. And that's the only requirement. I mean, obviously, look, let's be real, you know, like, I'm a vegan, as you all know by now. And I mean, there's plenty of people that Get Big Famine in the movement who aren't vegan. And in my real life, I mean, not real, obviously, you know, online is still real.
No, those aren't real people. They're just profile pictures and bots who spam.
But nah, real talk. Even in my everyday life with people that I fit in physical contact with, I don't know any vegans, but my sister who's closest to me, she's not vegan. You know, she's one of the main people behind the movement, and she's not vegan. I'm just using vegan as one example because it's one that pops out right away in terms of something that most people within the movement aren't necessarily in agreement with me on. Or if they are in agreement, they're still not vegan. They might think it's the right thing to do and believe in it, but they haven't taken that action yet. So what I'm supposed to do now? Like, I'm supposed to be like, nah, if you're not vegan, you can be. Obviously, y'all know, it's something I'm very passionate about. I've seen people who have unfollowed me, and I've seen them comment on other people's posts like, Diesel, yeah, he good and all that, but man, he just be posting all that vegan stuff. And I'm like, fam, all right, if that's how you're gonna be about it, then honestly, you're not cut out for this movement. Because I'm not ever gonna tell nobody, oh, you're not vegan, oh, then, you know, get out of here. But obviously, people will do that to me and say, oh, and it's crazy to me because it's like I post such a wide variety of things. I touch on so many subjects. You know, and sure, there was a period of time when I really first became vegan and dedicated myself to it that like I was going hard with it, but that's natural, I think, when something is new to you and it's your lifestyle. My whole life revolves around being vegan, so naturally I was very passionate about it. And I understand that scared some people away, and that's fine, because you know what? I'm always gonna speak my mind. I'm always gonna be me, and y'all should do it too. And the people who are really about it and support you, and then it's not gonna turn them away. It's not gonna scare them off. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, point is, we don't have to be in agreement on everything. It's fine. You know, it's good that we're not, because there was a time when I was not in agreement with people who would be saying the same things that I'm saying. There was a time when if somebody would have told me, not even in agreement, I just would have brushed it off. Like, you know, people talking about politics or something, like, come on, man, that's not, like, I ain't trying to hear that. Or like, you know, there was a time, man, I'm eating massive amounts of animal products and whatnot, and somebody would have came at me with some vegan stuff, I'd have been like, come on now, fam. Right out with that, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to eat this double, triple pounder, quarter pounder cheeseburger with bacon grease dripping down my chin, boy. But, you know, so anyway, we just out here trying to awaken and inspire. Like, you know, yes, we want the world to change. We want to change the world. That's what Get Big on Them is about. And we are changing the world, one person at a time. But, you know, at the same time, me personally, I believe in detaching from the end result. You know, as I said, the reason I got started was just because I believed in it. Do it to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, have in mind a vision and solutions. You feel me? But do it just to do it, to awaken and inspire people. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to be necessarily a teacher in the sense of I'm not trying to just get into all the specific details and all the historical accounts and dates and this and that. Like, I'll do that on occasion in my music or whatever. But like, that's not really even my job, nor is it your job. My job is to give people general knowledge and information. And it's their job to research it for themselves. Don't take my word for it. I said it and they don't care about us.
Less skepticism is encouraged, and I highly recommend that everyone looks into these issues on their own and draws their own conclusions.
Do the research for yourself. That's how you grow. I don't want anybody just following me blindly, following the movement blindly and, oh, anything Diesel says, that's how it is. No. Go do the research both ways, before you accept or reject an idea, an information. Go and research it for yourself. You know, we should be here just to guide people in the general direction. Like, that's fine. I'm not saying, oh, don't ever, actually, drop, type real statistics. In fact, that's good. Do that. But, sometimes I have people like, oh, well, where did you get this, where are your statistics? And people see it all the time. You got the internet, the internet police, the information police who want to come when you make a post. Like, well, they'll write a long ass post, a reply to your post like, where's the information, da 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 da. And this less time that it took them to write that post, they could have Googled that stuff and found it for themselves. But they're not really interested in what they ask. They just trying to prove a point. It's an ego thing. So anyway, point is, it's up to everybody to do their own information. That's what I did. I didn't take nobody. There's not one person out there that I just took everything they said. A lot of the people, when I first woke up, a lot of the people, like, I don't even mess with them no more. Like, originally, I would watch Alex Jones, and you could say what you want about Alex Jones, but a lot of us got our jump start with Alex Jones. You feel me? Now, is he a an agent? Is he a Zionist? All of this, that's okay. Maybe it matters to a degree, but really, if it shouldn't matter to you if you don't follow him blindly or anybody else. Not me, not Immortal Technique, not Low Key, nobody. Find your own path. Do your own research. You feel me? That's what it's about. Because it's not just about waking people up and educating them and guiding them in a direction to. It's about inspiring those who are already awake. That is the majority of the fam right now, people who are already awake. But this being awake and being conscious and revolutionary, it could be a pretty solitary type of lifestyle, because we are the minority. So it's so important for us to stick together and to provide each other with inspiration and motivation to keep going and to let each other know, hey, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a huge part of what Get Big on Them is about and stands for. I see it so many times on Facebook, for example, people posting statuses like how lonely they are and how lonely it gets and alone they feel, because most of us, I think a lot of us at least, where we at, we're probably one of the few, awoken people. So it's like, it's so important to have that and to have each other, and I'm blessed that I could do that on a constant basis, be there and provide people, even when I'm not there, even when I'm not online. Boom, you need some inspiration, you need some motivation, you want to feel like you with someone, boom, throw on that Diesel Auto. What you want? Find My Way, It Ain't Over Till It's Over, whatever it may be. It could be any of my songs. It don't matter. It's not even about the content, but it's just a reminder. It's knowing that you're not alone in this struggle, in this battle. You know what I'm saying? We together, we a fam, and we got each other. No matter where we're at, you're not alone. You are not alone. You're not. I'm here with you. R.I.P. Michael Jackson. And ironically, a big part of Get Big on Them, the movement, is minimizing. Because it's like a lot of things are too big. You know what I mean? And, the idea of getting big, it's not necessarily physically just growing in every aspect. Like, nah. Some things need to be taken down, shrunken. On a wide scale, we look at the government, big government. We don't want big government. The government doesn't need to keep growing and expanding. We trying to shrink the government, make it smaller. The big cities, everything is big corporations, big business. All of that we need to bring down. We need to bring it back to a local, community-based world, where people are cooperating. and living together and working together in smaller, tight-knit communities without big government getting involved in everything and big corporations running everything. And the way we do this is through our money. We have power through money. And I know, sure, let's get rid of money altogether, fiat currency, of course, all of that stands. But right now, if you're a member of society, which we all are, unless you're off the grid completely, if you're using money, you're a part of society. So it's spending power. We need to be conscious consumers. We need to know what we're purchasing, and we need to minimize our consumption. That's how we impact, that's how we'll bring the corporations crumbling down, with our money, minimizing our consumption, getting rid of the things that we don't need in life necessarily. And now, you know, I'm vegan, and I'm not, you know, there'll be another video for this whole conversation of veganism, but briefly, you know, a huge part of why I'm vegan is because it is one of the most effective ways to, within your everyday life, implement minimization of the things that you consume and that you contribute to. Water, grain, gas, natural resources that are used. You're saving the planet. You know, even if you overconsume as a vegan, you are still consuming way less than a non-vegan. And of course the animals that are saved. You know, but even if you don't care about the animals, which I don't condone or agree with, obviously, but even if you don't, if you're an activist and you want to make a difference, you want to consume less, you want to put a dent in these corporations, and no one person can, we all need to. When we all make these changes, it adds up, it really does. And it impacts these corporations. And either they'll go out of business or they'll have to start changing their business practices and the products that they produce according to what we're buying and what we demand. We have the power. That's why it's power to the people. So you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't care about the animals, if you're an activist and you want to take action through what you consume, then really being a vegan is one of, if not the best ways. And again, unless you're off the grid, because even if you're consuming animal products that are locally farmed and all of that, it still consumes way more resources than plants do, than growing plants and producing plants does. And of course, you know, there's other ways as well. It's not just being vegan. There are other things that aren't necessarily animal products that we could cut back on, you know, material things, clothing, shoes, all these big corporations. Let's look to not buy from them. But I understand when it's a necessity. There are certain things that, you know, you may have a job that demands, you know, you have some type of quality equipment that you can't necessarily cut back on. You need to, even if you know it comes from a greedy corporation. And I understand that, because at the end of the day, we all still need to live and we need to do what's best for us. And no one's perfect. It's progress, not perfection. We do the best we can, but we can all minimize. We can all cut back. You feel me? I mean, what? Come on. I don't need a shirt right now. I don't need a shirt. I'll go without a shirt. I mean, what? Nah, I'm playing though. I do need a shirt though sometimes. I'm not trying to stunt like that. Did I mess my hair up? But yeah, nah, you know, cut back. Don't waste electricity. Don't waste water. And again, you save a lot more water and a lot more energy just by being a vegan and, you know, maintaining a plant-based diet and lifestyle. So I'm not trying to be redundant. Like I said, there'll be other videos, plant-based BIGness video series, and where I go more in depth with, you know, the veganism. But y'all get the point. You know, let's minimize. Let's start taking less and giving more. And just, that's what it is. You don't have to necessarily go out and give to people. Here, take this, take my clothes, take this money, take this food. That's great, do that. I'm not saying don't do that. But when you take less, you are in fact giving back more to other people, to the planet, to the animals, to everything. So just by default. And I know someone might say, oh, well,
if I don't buy it, someone else is gonna buy it, so I might as well.
Nah, fam. It's not like that. That's a defeatist attitude. If we apply that logic to everything, then we might as well not do anything. We might as well not take any action, because what's the point of being good when someone else is just gonna do bad, right? If someone's gonna do bad, we all might as well do bad. Then no one's gonna do good. So that's just flawed logic. You know, we have to do it. Everybody counts. And the main way to make a difference and to show people that a change could be made is by being the change. Show them with your actions. You know, talk it too when you get an opportunity. Don't ram things down anyone's throat. No one likes that. You know, but of course, you have opportunity, you have outlets, you have ways of showing it, expressing yourself, just like I'm doing on an everyday basis in every facet of my life. And every chance I get to plant a seed in someone's head, you know, whatever it may be, at the gym or wherever, I'm talking to people, boom. If I see an opportunity, I'm gonna seize that opportunity and I'm gonna drop some knowledge on them and hopefully plant seeds. So, but more than anything, everybody who knows me sees how I live. I lead with my actions first and foremost. And that's what we all need to do. You know, regardless of, oh, is this person gonna do it, or is that person, or what are they gonna think, or that doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Be about the cause, be about it for yourself, do it for yourself and for others. You know what I'm saying? Be the change. So now, the Get Big fam, the movement, it has grown quite a bit, very much, and is continually growing every day, growing exponentially, and will only continue to do so. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I mean, I love it. It's an everyday thing that provides me with inspiration and motivation. And in terms of the future of the movement, it's like, it's all about unity. And, you know, we've connected, and so many people have connected online and in person through the fam, through the movement. And for me personally, the next step in the evolution of the movement itself is to link up with people in person. Like, that's my dream, at least. And I think that's a big part of the movement. You know, I obviously want to start traveling and touring and doing music, but even aside from music, I look forward to just going places and linking up with the fam and you know, partaking in different activism movements around the world. And I think that's a big part of it. You know, my dream is to be off the grid, you know, and I would love to link up with other people and create communities of our own. And you know what, even if we don't necessarily build, you know, self-sustainable communities and things like that, I encourage all of you, you know, go ahead and on Facebook in the comments, find other people in your area, other people within the fam and the movement within your area. Like, I'm pretty far away from all of y'all, but like, even here, linking up with people and like-minded people, and that is so important. And of course, we do that online every day, and that's how we continue to get big on them. But there's something about the face-to-face interaction that obviously it just can't be matched by anything online. But you know, there's still, obviously there's Skype, which is something that, you know, I've linked up with so many of the fam, had Skype conversations, met people, actually became, you know, aside from fam, just became best friends with a lot of these people. You know, the Spirit, Polar the White, The Voice, V-City, mi brother, what's up, boy?
V-City on the beat.
So of course, you know, it's just about continuing to grow and expand, to link up, to you know, to get involved with activism online, offline. Just do as much as we can, do it for the cause, keep it moving, and keep growing and expanding as an individual. You know what I'm saying? Take those steps, do what you gotta do. And don't think it's gonna be easy, because this is the thing too about growth. It's a painful process. And I learned this in the gym, and that's why it's so dope that it started in the gym, and the gym has taught me such a valuable lesson in life. And that is that to grow, we need to work hard, and we need to experience a certain level of pain. For example, when you're working out, you're working your muscles. You are literally tearing your muscle fibers. All right, you don't grow when you're working out. You grow afterwards when you rest and recuperate. with the proper nutrition and the proper rest, that's when your muscles heal back bigger and stronger than before. And this is the same with the mind and the spirit. And this is the essence of Get Big on them, is that we work hard and we experience painful and difficult things in life, things that seem to tear us apart from the inside, our minds and our spirits at times. I've been there, fam. I've been deep down in the hole, deep in some pain, for real. There was a period of my life where every day I would wake up and the only thing that really kept me going was I didn't want to hurt my family more than I already had. You know, otherwise every day I thought about offing myself because that's how it felt. But still, there was this little seed of hope in my mind for whatever reason. And from that pain, I gained my greatest strength. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't give up for whatever reason. And that's what it is. Our spirit, our souls get tore apart. The way we recuperate our muscles and grow them back is with food and with rest, with sleep, things of that nature. Our spirit and our mind, the way we build them back up strong, is through love. Love for ourselves. Love for ourselves and knowledge. We learn from those experiences. If we learn, it's okay. No one's perfect. Again, we make mistakes. We mess up. We do dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know better, so we can't do better. But once we know better, we have to do better. We have to do better. We have to do better. We learn from our mistakes, and that's how we grow, and that's how we evolve. So if you're going through tough times, if you're going through pain, just know that when you're at your weakest, that is when you are being prepared for your greatest growth. That's when you're gaining the most strength. It may not seem like it, but as long as you keep pushing forward, and as long as you learn from whatever you're going through, then you will blossom, you will flourish, you will grow, and you'll be bigger, better, stronger than ever. Just like your boy, you feel me? Let's do it. Yeah, y'all. I think that's pretty much it. This was definitely a long episode. You know, I could talk. That's why it's big talk. It's not just because it's big issues. It's because I be talking. You know, anybody that knows me. But hey, that's what it's about. So, and I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all appreciated it. You know, be sure, please, to like, comment, share, subscribe. It may not seem like a big deal, but the way that it works is that, you know, the likes really do matter. Of course, sharing does and subscribing, but the likes play a big part in how much your video is seen by others. So if y'all want to support the movement, not just me, it's not about me. I'm not trying to be, I don't care to be, obviously, y'all know, YouTube famous or any of that. Like, it's about spreading the message. And if y'all believe in the message and the movement, then please do like, share as much as possible, as much as you can. Leave in the comments feedback. What do you think about this video? You know, any ideas you may have, any subjects you'd like me to touch on in future Big Talk episodes, and anything else you have to say, you know. And I mean, hey, you could dislike too. Honestly, it's that's the thing about YouTube. It's no different whether you like or you dislike. Hey, it's still helping the helping to spread the cause. So, you know, I usually don't focus on the haters. You know, people be like,
Yeah, my haters motivate me. My haters, this for my haters.
that's foolishness, first of all, because I'm not motivated by no haters. Why would I be? That's focusing on haters. That's ridiculousness. You know, my lovers motivate me. Big up to my lovers. I love y'all too. You know, my likers, my lovers, all of that. So, you know, but nonetheless, when it comes to YouTube and you know, the dislikes, and that's the funny thing, you know, trolls come, they think they're putting you down by disliking your video. But hey, guess what, trolls? You're really helping me out. So go ahead, hit that dislike button. I dare you. You won't do it. You scared. You know, y'all do it. Make sure you subscribe. Lots of more content coming, more music, big talk episodes, you know, plant-based BIGness, vegan lifestyle and fitness, training, diet, just my lifestyle, vlogging. You know, I'm just gonna be continually putting out content because it's just another way to spread the message and to spread more of it. You know, there's no wrong way to do this. Like, for a period of time, I was like, you know, I contemplated doing video series, and I was kind of like, well, you know, I'm an MC, and I'm kind of just, you know, I was kind of on that hip hop purist thing, like, let me just keep it MC. Like, I don't want to be known as a YouTuber, but that was just my ego. That was just my ego, because obviously there's sort of a you know, like, oh, you're just a YouTube rapper, or oh, you're just a YouTuber. But I don't care. I don't care what you label me. I don't care about any of that anymore. You know, I'm not gonna lie. There was a little period of time where I was like, I don't care anymore. All I care about is expressing myself for me, because I feel the need to, and it's therapeutic. It's, you know, and it's good for me, but of course, because it's just another way of spreading the message. And I encourage all of you to do the same. Start a YouTube channel. Do it. Make videos. You don't need much. I mean, yeah, I have a super professional camera, but I got it for music videos but all of that. But now, fam, you could do it with your telephone. They're not telephones anymore. You could do it with your handheld computer. You know, I see it all the time with the iPhones, with the Galaxies. You could do it, and I encourage you all. Not everybody is cut out to rap. Let's keep it 100% real. Everybody can rap for themselves and for fun, but not everybody is going to be able to effectively spread the message through their music, through rap, because they just don't have the talent required for it to appeal to listeners. And that's just real, but always do it for yourself. I would never tell anybody, regardless of your skill level or whatever it may be, nah, just give it up. Do it for yourself. Do it for others too, put it out there. But some of y'all might be more cut out for just being on the camera and talking. And do it, yo. Do it. Don't be scared. Who cares about rejection or whatever? Oh, I don't have no subscribers. Oh, I only get a couple views or whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. Somebody could see it. One person could see it. You know what I'm saying? Just like you saw it, just like I saw it. Somebody can. So do it. Get active. Take every measure you can to spread this message. And I got you. For all of y'all out there, you know what I'm saying? You got any content, you getting started, you want me to help you out. I got a little platform. You know what I'm saying? I'll help put you out there. Everybody knows that anyway. You know, through the music, I try my best to help everybody out. Anybody I don't care about your skill level. I don't care if you got the message, if you about getting big on them, growing and expanding, peace, love, positivity, and revolution, you know I got you, and I'll help as much as I possibly can. With that being said, like, comment, share, subscribe, please. Please? I'm asking nicely. You better do it. Nah. And, you know, until next time, y'all, you know, keep it big, keep getting big on them. You know what we do. Big love and respect. Peace.
You got that pyramid on your logo. You're a sellout. That's Illuminati symbology. I don't care if you flipped it. I don't care if it's upside down and it represents a flipping of the Illuminati. You shouldn't do that.
I can't see. I'm blinded by all this money I got.